Balance in the Force has been one of the most debated and intriguing topics in Star Wars for some time. The debate arises from the Chosen One prophecy that Anakin Skywalker will not only destroy the Sith, but also use his awesome power in the Force and status as the Chosen One to bring balance to it. This prophecy has always been extremely important, to say the least, as the Jedi of the prequel era seem to have misinterpreted it, strictly only adhering to the powers of the light side of the Force. And it is only in The Last Jedi that Luke better explains what balance in the Force really is. In Episode 8, Luke uses the island of Ahch-To as his analogy, explaining death and decay to her, or the dark side of the Force, and how it feeds into more life, or the light side of the Force, and that only in harmony is balance truly achieved. This, however, brings up the important viewpoint of the Sith, and how Anakin never really destroyed the dark side of the Force entirely after the fall of the Empire, and how Anakin may have failed in fact in his pursuit as the Chosen One. But did Anakin actually fail? There's a lot of debate over the internet. Some people stating that Anakin never achieved what he was supposed to as the Chosen One, and others explaining that he did, only just not in the way that the Jedi perceived he should have. However, through research, this debate I came across on a Reddit thread perfectly explains the concept that brought forth the revelation that it is not the dark side of the Force itself that is the enemy of the Jedi and the light side, but rather the Sith's perception and use of the dark side, and explains why balance in the Force is so crucial, and why the dark side is a necessary part of the Force, revealing that in the wider galaxy, the dark side does have its place, and must also remain. However, why the Sith themselves are so dangerous to the balance of the Force, and remain an enemy of balance, not only the light. This analogy comes from OddMike146, who said this about balance in the Force and how he sees it in his mind. Here's how the Force works. The Force is a valley. The galaxy is part of that valley. The dark side is the river that runs through it, and the light side is the river bank. The valley would decay and die without the river, but when the river overruns the riverbank, it floods and destroys the valley. The riverbank must be strong so as to not permit the river from overflowing. It will never destroy the river, no matter how strong it grows. It'll only protect the valley. So while the Jedi can be a stand-in for the light and the riverbank, the Sith themselves are not the river. Rather, they are trying to destroy the riverbank so that the river will flood over. The Sith are not the dark side. The Sith are using the dark side to pervert the valley. Darkness, like the river, is not intrinsically bad. In fact, it's even necessary for the valley's health. But using the darkness to overflow the river and destroy the valley is evil. That's why bringing balance to the Force requires their destruction. This is the end of the analogy. But this is the point why a balance in the Force is so important. I should also say that just because one is an agent of balance does not mean they follow the dark side of the Force. Simply acknowledge its role and importance in the wider Star Wars universe and allows it to continue. Because again, the dark side is necessary for balance. The galaxy has a way of resetting itself when one power grows more dominant than the other, with the appearances of individuals like the Chosen One or others that would follow, such as Rey. Agents brought forth from the Force to restore balance before the galaxy tears itself apart. Anyway guys, I found this and thought it was the perfect analogy for how the Force works, as well as how the different parts of the Force work together in tandem, and explains a popular misconception of the dark side, that it's inherently evil. And while it is inherently dark, perhaps the dark side itself is not evil. However, the way the Sith choose to utilize the dark side of the Force is evil. Talking about Anakin though, to put it plainly, Anakin Skywalker did not fail to bring balance to the Force, as bringing balance was never meant to destroy the dark side utterly. In Anakin's case, it actually may have meant tearing down the Jedi Order, as the light side of the Force at the time was more powerful, achieving balance somewhat that way, but later attempting to destroy the Sith, not the dark side of the Force, but the Sith. In a sense, building a riverbank to hold the power of the river itself at bay, and remove those that desired to push the river where it did not belong. Anyway guys, I thought that analogy was really awesome, and I just wanted to debunk that yes, Anakin did actually bring full balance to the Force. But what are your guys' thoughts on this, and balance in the Force? Is this an accurate description of it? And, in your opinion, did Anakin bring full balance to the Force, possibly more than once? As always my friends, thank you guys so much for watching the video. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.